on Real Life TV podcast.
Episode 5. I'm Talib. We're here with the cast today. Everyone introduce yourself.
I'm Frankie, Real Life TV, aka Boogie.
Come on, Boogie.
I'm Katie, aka Brown Sugar. Add me on Instagram. It's Brown Sugar, all one word.
Strings, no social media.
Liar.
Talib.
Abdul.
Tamer Hindi, singer-songwriter. I won't say all my AKs. I'll say it.
Abs.
Right. So, yeah, so what you saying? Today we're talking about female accountability. So like in the community there feels like, in the world there's lack of female accountability. There's a lot of guys that have come and started talking about the wrongs that they've done and how they can change them and giving more knowledge to other young guys about how through their mistakes and being open with their mistakes. But I feel like there's lack of female accountability. What do you guys think?
Yes, definitely.
So, Tamer, what do you think about female accountability?
I feel like in terms of, I'm just going to use a scenario, in terms of like relationship breakdowns, a lot of the time you hear, like what you said, about what he's done wrong, but no one really talks about what you done wrong and what the female done wrong and what the female could have done better. So that's one thing that I'm a little bit passionate about.
Brown Sugar.
Female accountability. What I think is that females or society doesn't necessarily acknowledge the mistakes that the women do. Yeah. So say for example, if a relationship breaks up, oh, what's he done? Do you know what I mean? If parents have broken up or whatever, the children stay with the mum. It's always the mum who's seen as the one who's put higher. Yeah, related to the other topic we spoke about. But I think that as a woman as well, it's easier for us to manipulate a situation. So
there's a lot of single women out here trying to find a man, and the reason why they can't find a man is because of female accountability. Yeah. They don't want to be. They don't want to hold themselves accountable for their behaviour, then their character. It's as simple as that.
But also, women outnumber men in this world and obviously in this country as well, innit? Yeah, so obviously, but also
I think it's balanced out though, because a lot of them are in jail. A lot of them is balanced.
Yeah, no.
That's a low blow. You can't say that.
I'm just saying.
Listen, be accountable. Be accountable,
You probably said that there. You probably should. The man just ended and said it.
Ray, what do you think about female accountability?
Well, it's a tough subject, isn't it? Yeah, especially from a man's point of view. Yeah, because it's quite easy to go into a bitch fight. I've been part of the females accountability, and I've got my own views on that. Yeah, but it's yeah.
Do you think that there is enough accountability in 2020?
No.
Well, that's even broader, isn't it? Well, I mean, with the way that society goes on, this PC running into each other, everyone doesn't want to be nothing but wants everything with that. Yeah. So completely taking themselves out of even the gender talk. Yeah. You're going to open up the gender talk in 2020. There's going to be probably another 3 or 4 that come around. Do you know what I mean? So we've still all got to be a bit accountable. Do you know what I mean? It's easier for a woman to get away with things. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, just in society. But everyone's got accountability straight.
100%. I feel, you know what, one of the most sexiest traits of one of the most sexiest traits as a woman, barring aside and pushing aside her looks, is being able to assess yourself and be humble and know yourself. Yeah, a lot of women, because they're not as physical. I'm not saying all women. I'm not being biased, but a lot of women are not as physical as men. You get it? So what they've got on their side is mouth. Yeah,
that's
but
their
and that's their strength. Because, and
that is their strength.
Men need to understand a woman's mouth is dangerous.
Verbal abuse is just
I would rather have a fight with 5 men than take on the wrong woman's mouth. I'm going to be real. The wrong woman's mouth is...
bruise your ego.
I'm sleeping. I'll have a fight and be like, cool, I lost or I won. And this is what it's life, innit? But a woman's mouth, I will lie down in bed and say, what did she just say to me? I don't look after my kids, I'm a waste. Is that true? You get it?
Questioning yourself.
Yeah. So what I'm trying to say, as a woman, an attractive trait and the right trait is to understand and know yourself and know, you know what? It's not a negative to be wrong. Because we're all human,
And to say sorry.
and we can all be wrong. And you know, if I do something wrong, then I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be straight. There's 2 people here that are wrong. Yeah, 2 people here that are wronged in this room. I might be talking too much, but I'm telling the truth. It's come from my heart. And there's 2 people that I've wronged. I've stepped in here today and I've analysed myself. Yeah, and I've stepped to them today. It might not have been the right time, but I felt in my soul, I had to say, yo, I was wrong. Boom, bang. I'm sorry. As a man, I feel like that's the right
But you
thing
think
to
that's
do.
something that we do easily as men?
I don't think so. Every man,
Let's stick to the topic, female accountability.
I hear you.
But look,
listen.
we're easier to say, bro.
Yeah.
You know, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But with women, even when they know they're wrong,
Yeah.
you have to understand their language of apology rather than hearing it.
I don't know. Listen, but wait. Listen. Sometimes a woman,
Language of apology.
women. I'm not even gonna lie. Sometimes, women seem kind of wrong and strong.
Yeah,
Like-
even to each other.
That's what I'm
Especially to
saying.
each other.
Yeah, women are wrong and strong.
You know what I mean? And that can break down relationships as well. If, because like a man just can't be bothered no more. Like, this is dead. Like
I think what it is as well to do with is, I think it's a female's unpopular opinion, but I think it's a female's responsibility and duty to try and understand the man.
But it's a
No one
it's
else
the
say
same.
the society don't know how to do it. The system don't know how to do it. It's our duty to try and understand the man, and nurture the man to be a king. Straight. That's it.
But then
you know,
obviously,
it's saying that is it lost in translation at times?
all the
It can
time.
be.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah,
It can be because you can think that, right, and you can think all of these things logically, but then when you're feeling emotional, when you're having an argument
all
or
out the
whatever,
window.
or when you feel that he's
all out
hurt
the
you or
window.
betrayed you,
Yeah.
you think, do you know what, fuck it, and you will do whatever, and only afterwards do you realise, oh my gosh, why did I do that? Oh my
Yeah.
No,
God,
100%.
And
100%. And
you
even
go,
then,
Because you're acting off of your
And then it's
emotions.
too late.
Yes, so it's too late then because he's thinking, what? Oh my gosh, is that what she's done to me? Do you know what I mean? But also,
it depends what you
accountability
do
is
to
not
him,
just
though,
from
doesn't it?
female to male, but it's to anybody. It's be
Equal,
accountable
should
for
be
your
equal.
actions. All of us, we experience human error. All of us do shit and then think, oh well, I shouldn't have done that, or we might have thought I shouldn't do this, but you still do it anyway.
Yeah, but
through
Being
emotions,
accountable.
isn't it?
It's more about that. You know, like
Yeah.
there's so many programs even, and like things in terms of dialogue about men and how like what they did wrong and how they can fix it. Do you feel like we have enough dialogue from women
No.
showing women
No.
that you know where they're going wrong and what they could fix up?
We need to
I
stop.
don't
I
think-
want to talk about what things we need to stop doing as women.
yeah,
to our
no, we
men.
need to.
Yeah,
But
okay.
are you
And what things are working against us?
accountable for this?
You see what I'm saying?
Before we get into that, I want to touch on quickly. I think a lot of people have a wrong perspective, and I think it comes down to perception and what people think of each other. And I think that a lot of people have a wrong perception on what strength and weakness is.
Yeah, that's right.
I will stand up in a room full of 100 people, and if I feel like in my heart I'm in the wrong, I will stand up on that stage and say, listen, I wronged you, I'm sorry. So if all 100 of you think that's weakness, then it's weakness.
That's
but
strength.
to me, that is strength.
That's strength.
That is strength. That is
Everyone knows that strength.
That is
Everyone knows
strength.
that strength. Everyone knows
That's
that strength.
strength.
They just
That's
don't admit it.
They don't want to admit it though.
Strength, that's realness.
But so a lot of people won't do that.
But
a lot of
women,
people
because
do that.
can we say that?
That's
Can we
weak.
argue that women think more emotional and we think more logical as men? So like that's the difference. Is that, and so how are we gonna understand? Obviously, we still want them to be accountable, but how are we gonna understand
The
them?
problem now is a lot of men have female traits
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they act with emotion as well now.
That's true.
No, but just say something about this word emotional. People like to connect the word emotion to women. Men are more actually more emotional
I'll
than
put my
women.
hands up. Let me
Men
show
are
you
more
my strength.
emotional than women.
Let me show you my strength.
Women are more
I'm going to show you my strength.
Yes, but
Men are raised by women are more.
And let me show you my strength.
Do you
Let me
get
show
what
you
I'm
my
saying?
strength.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, back to let's go. Check
yeah.
last episode, by the way. If we go back to what we talked about last time, it's like when you don't have that male representative, like a lot of us, even me, I know that I've got it. I've got better female traits.
Because you grew up with your
Because you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
but why are we
Like,
saying that
because
being emotional is a female trait? Being emotional is a trait.
Human trait.
It's a human trait.
See what I'm saying? It goes
No,
back to
It does.
It's a missing male.
No, explain. Let me
You
explain.
see when you do
God
that-
has
see
Go on,
that-
We're not going
That's
around
it.
doing
That's
chingings.
it, that's
and
it.
Emotion.
You're not
It's a female.
We're not the ones going around doing chingings
but
and
that's the
shooting
thing,
each other.
at least-
You're not
but guess what?
You're not
Guess what?
because you're
Guess
so
what? What
emotional.
does that mean, Ted?
Hold on.
Emotional.
What does that
Hold
mean?
on.
Not a gangster.
Hold on. Jay, go.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
When I'm explaining like that, this thing you see as a child, you just mimic. So there's a lot of things that we didn't get to mimic because there wasn't no male
Role
models
model.
to mimic.
Yeah.
So all we got to mimic was a female. So even though we went on the streets and got the male,
100%.
we still had our ways. Even though if you check
Your foundation.
our foundation, we talk this word. Yeah, everyone talks this word called gangster, but a gangster is super sensitive. But how comes that never gets mentioned in terms of
100%?
You're a coke guy, but you're super sensitive.
Because
if a man steps in your clothes, you're gonna your shoes, you're gonna shoot him.
Yeah.
Because
That's someone that was brought up by
So
a
that
woman.
just shows that we should stop saying that. But the thing is, that's one type of emotional. But what about compassionate and gentle and these types of
because in
emotional?
society,
But you know what?
in society,
We all have
in
that
society,
Yeah, we all have it in us.
no. But when it is society deems it to be a weakness for a man to show them type of emotion, I'm not supposed to
In
cry in front of you,
society.
lot, because
Yeah,
then
that's
you
what
are going to
that's
say,
what-
what?
They messed it up.
Why
They
is he
messed
that-
it up.
That's what society has
But
done.
it
you
also it's also made you like, what's it called? Let's say you're saying you're gonna get married, yeah, and then your brethren are like, "Raw, what? You're gonna get married? You're gonna get into a relationship?"
Right,
Well,
that's-
my-
yeah, right. They would look at it like,
all
that's
of
funny.
that. And then also that's already built something like a deception towards marriage.
I'll be real with you. I'll be real with you. It's funny you said that, yeah, because I should have said this. Even in the last episode, we was talking about marriage, yeah, and I should have said it. I should have said it then as well. The thing is, yeah, in Jahiliyyah, before I was Muslim, I'd never think about getting married. Married?
Yeah.
Are you alright? Like, right, marriage. You understand? That was my thoughts. What comes with the marriage that I'm taught, yeah, is like I said, is rules. I've got rights and my wife has rights, and I've got to adhere to certain things and she has to adhere to certain things in order so that our structure is set. So she has to be accountable and I have to be accountable to my Lord. So as long as we both fear our Lord, we are both accountable in a do you understand what I'm trying to say? So it's a contract.
Being accountable
Yeah.
means taking responsibility for your actions.
That's right.
Yeah, we do things wrong, but it's not just about apologising and saying sorry. You have to be accountable in your actions.
And being
That's right.
accountable also means not just saying sorry. Change.
Yes.
Yeah.
Learning from
That's the thing.
However,
It's mad.
Getting drunk, so I was drunk.
Yeah.
Again, you got.
However, one step
But
at a
we
time.
are-
We need to understand that not everybody is in the same walk of life.
Yeah.
So
That's
we
right.
have to understand
That's
that right now I'm at the walk of life where not only can I say to you I'm in the wrong, I'm sorry, and take accountability. I'm in a walk of life where I can emotionally open up to you and change
right.
my ways. You have to understand where everybody's coming from is not
It's
that.
different
So
places.
even a man could come to me and say, Abs, you see the way I spoke to you the other day as a young you. This is just an example. You're a big man for me and you've been out here for long. As a young you see the way I spoke to you the other day? That was disrespect and I shouldn't do that. That was wrong. I'm sorry. I've changed my whole perspective on that little young you. And I'm grown enough to say, little man, you're cool. But you get it?
Yeah, of course,
But
of
the
course.
fact that he came to me and was on a level enough to do that, you need to give him that.
Give him
He
his
might turn
respect,
around
yeah.
tomorrow and not act like the way he spoke to me. You get it? You might look at him and say,
But
yes,
what?
you might-
Why did he? But he had a growth by coming to you.
he had growth.
You understand
And
what I'm
it's all
trying to
about
say?
growth.
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's right.
I need to be humble enough to understand. You might not be on a stage where you're going to totally change,
Yeah.
But you're getting somewhere.
But
You're
you're
at least
learning.
at a stage where you're
You're
learning.
you're assertive.
100%.
You're conscious of it. That's right. That's right.
That's a really good
That's right.
point. I wanted
That's
to
right.
say it's about female accountability because a lot of the times what we've spoken about female accountability is about with man and wife, but I think we should talk about female accountability as well with mother and son. Do you know what I mean? Because the mothers, you are basically training your child for the wife. Yeah, so you need to. That accountability starts at home. Yeah, you are growing this child in a way that's gonna. You need to grow your children to be good husbands. Do you know what I mean? So that we don't have to deal with the trauma of your child.
They were
Do you know
also
what
good
I mean?
wives.
Also good men in
Also good
themselves
wives.
as well.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm trying to say? Do you get what I'm trying to say? Because you know what I'm trying to say? It
But before
works both ways.
you try and mold someone into a husband or wife, you need to make them into a person, into
Yeah,
whoever
individual.
they are.
An
Make
but
them love
make them
themselves,
who they
and
are.
love themselves, and question life,
Yes.
and their position in
Morals
life.
again.
Not just you're going to be a husband. and
Yeah,
that's it,
yeah,
or
no,
you're going
yeah,
to be a
yeah.
doctor.
Definitely.
That's
true, definitely.
You
What
need
you say,
to
Jay?
give them the skills and let them.
It goes back to what you're saying about like the positions that both parents have. Do you get what I'm saying? Because a mother can teach a guy how to be a good husband, but she can't teach him how to be a man.
Yeah.
That's right.
And she can't teach him how to be a man for a woman, neither.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's different. Sorry.
Hold on, you said that again.
She can for a
You
man
can't.
for a
You,
woman.
you can teach him to be, has to be a man for a woman. 'Cause she's
No,
a woman. Because she's a
would that
woman.
example?
You didn't hear what I said.
Sorry.
A mother can teach him how to be a good man for a woman,
Right.
but she can't teach him how to understand women from a man's perspective.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
So
That's
he
true.
might not be able to do things for a woman that she needs because a man never taught him that. Just like the
True,
woman
true,
will
true,
only
true.
she will only give you as much information that
I know what you mean.
know what
I know
I'm
what
saying?
you
Sounds
mean.
good
Yeah,
to a
yeah,
certain
yeah,
degree rather than giving you the real strings.
Yeah.
Strings.
There's other sides to it as well, as in the way this world is set up. It's easier for girls not to have accountability for their actions,
Yeah.
as in things like, let's just say, me and a girl's linking, yeah? Back in the days, we're young, we're teenagers, we're doing our thing. She's come to my house, she's got home late. Her parents are going mad. To get out of her getting in trouble with them, she would say, yeah, this guy made me stay in his house. Police are going to believe that.
100%.
It's happened to me many a time through the years. Certain girls would get,
They will
sorry,
like,
but
yeah.
battered by man, and
then
get
turn
home and get in
round
trouble,
and say it's rape.
and say they've been
It's
raped.
raped.
The man knows they're getting battered.
And then they put on their emotional.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people go through cases of that as well.
Yeah.
It's true.
Because but a lot of guys don't
Yeah, but,
realise
but,
that.
but as a teenager, you're not going to understand. Not
No, but there's things that
No, but
happen
that is
older
very.
ages.
That is a mad way of
This is
thinking.
where-
That's a mad thing to put on anyone's brain.
Yeah.
Does
Yeah.
anyone remember
I realised something was happening there. Everything was all cold.
a few weeks off months ago, there was a woman that said some Iranian guys raped her.
That's
Yes.
right. Oh, it's a white
That's
lady.
right.
wasn't it?
Today I
That's
saw
right,
the
that's right, that's
videos
right.
of them,
Janet.
them having a gangbang with her, and she was fully in it.
Yeah.
And she got done for it because they caught her because they saw the
Yeah,
videos.
yeah.
She got done for it, but
Things have
at
changed.
first, because they
Things
just
are
heard rape and
changing
it was a bag of
now.
man,
Things are changing.
everyone just instantly believed what she said.
That's right.
But can I say also, although like the teenagers or young people or even adults may have knew what they were doing at the time, I think parents need to take the responsibility of teaching their children about sexual consent. In school they teach people about sex education, how to put a condom on, how to have physical sex, how to have gay sex, straight sex, whatever.
From a young
But,
age now
but they
as well.
don't
Yeah.
teach children, number one, about sexual consent. If you touch somebody inappropriately anywhere where it's not their arms or their legs below their knee, that's sexual harassment. You can get charged. That will stay on your record for the rest of your life, even if you're only 12 years
I
old.
think that's probably they're probably going to start doing that.
They need to
soon,
teach
like,
children
teaching them
sexual
that.
consent and how to have healthy relationships. And I don't think that parents or aunts or uncles or whoever should just rely on the school's educational system
No, it's
to
not
teach the
that.
children.
Hello, like,
We
touching on
have to teach
parents.
children.
Hold on.
We have to teach children the importance of relationships.
Go on.
And all
There's
the
a lot of
children.
things, yeah, that parents fail or like they fail to teach their children before they leave their yard because some of them don't have that much time with them, innit? Some of them don't have time for them as well. So or sometimes they're embarrassed because their parents never taught them that. It's like it's foreign to them. They don't understand it.
Abdul, I'm going to put it straight. It's not about I don't feel it's about embarrassment. I think it's about the fact that they are not educated themselves enough to be able to pass on the correct knowledge to their
But
children.
what you're saying is true because some people are going to be like, yeah, let's sit down, let's talk about sex.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of parents out
don't
here
say that.
don't have enough knowledge and don't have enough understanding
Yeah.
to be able to
And they don't have the experience to
Sometimes
do it.
sometimes they're not confident enough to.
I feel like we haven't been shown that that's
Yeah.
I'm a certain
yeah.
way.
Even as fathers, how hard is it?
So what would you say to those parents?
I would say to the
Don't
parents,
know.
you need to educate yourself, and there's no weakness in educating yourself and getting yourself to a better stage to educate someone else. You can't educate someone if you haven't got that knowledge. I've got my behaviour and certain things in me which I'm not going to say is only negative. There's positives as well. Yeah, I will not jump in a girl's DMs more than 2 times. Yeah, if I jump in her DMs once and she does not get back at me the first time, you are done out here. Do you know why? Pride. If you didn't holler at me the first time, I don't think you're at work and you're too busy to see. You open the message and I don't jump in girls' DMs, by the way. I'm just letting you know if I did.
Enough said.
Yeah, I'm just.
Enough said. Frankie, what did you want to say something about it? Sorry, go on. Do you want to say something about
What's the
it?
question again?
Female accountability, that's
What
the
would you
question.
say to
No, but there was a question. What would you say to parents? What would you say to parents that don't know?
That's like saying in the shop.
What would you say to go on, you say.
What would you say to parents who may not be educated? So someone said, "Oh,
Or
the parents
comfortable.
don't teach it because they're embarrassed
Or
and
comfortable
are
enough to
comfortable." Or,
Yeah,
someone said because the parents are not
Grow a
educated or don't
backbone
know
because
themselves.
the world out here is a dirty place,
dirty
and you need to
place.
prepare your youth for that
Educate
place.
yourself.
The thing is,
So
it's-
keep
You know,
it real and
it's
talk to
fine.
your
You
youth
can't
about
just say
it.
that to some people, though, can you?
Yeah,
No.
Like, when it, especially when it comes to like religion and things.
You
like
can't,
that,
but you
which
need to
is- which is
True.
when on that
You need to
background,
be
there
humble
isn't
enough
a
to
lot of
accept that.
education.
What do you think? You need to
You know,
I don't
it's
think
still-
that's
it's
spoken
still-
about. I don't think there's no religion out
hold on,
here.
hold on.
Let him finish. Let him finish. Let him finish.
But yeah, like so, in them type of situations, you know, they haven't got the education because of where they live,
How they've come up.
the environment,
How they were grown
and things
up.
like that. Yeah,
Culture.
and because of that, that's causing problems all over the place.
Yeah.
you know? So it's easy to go. Yeah.
So
do
what
this,
we
do
would
that.
say,
Do this,
what
do
advice
that,
would
but you know what I mean. In some
It's
places,
true.
you can't.
I feel like listen, don't feel embarrassed to ask questions, to educate yourself. You touched on something that is right to do with people's culture and people's religion. I'm letting you know, I don't know any religion out here that does not seek knowledge.
Yeah, knowledge, yeah.
The key before you can even understand your religion or to follow
you
your
have to
religion
seek it.
properly
Knowledge.
is to seek knowledge, and that's humbleness.
Yeah, that's right.
To turn around and say, I do not know, so I want to ask somebody who is more knowledgeable than me. That's a humble,
That's fine.
that's a beautiful
That's a good
trait,
thing to
because
do.
I don't know
Yeah,
everything.
that's a good thing
Knowledge
to
is
do.
power,
That's
and,
right.
and to me, that's all walks of life.
That's right.
You could go
That's
to
right.
college and go learn a course tomorrow, you could be behind. Ring that, the brethren that was with you next in the class, get that number and ring them up after hours and say, bro, I didn't understand that in class.
Explain it
Could
to
you
me,
explain to me? Tomorrow you're going to go back to class on the next thing.
Yeah.
Can I give
You're
you
like
a
reality,
mad
though.
question, yeah? Do you feel like, because you know what, do you feel like the fact that we've dodged religion and lack of religion has affected relationships?
Yeah, definitely.
Of course, I do.
Depends.
Well, I personally do,
'Cause I'm
but
not
that's just me. But again, I am.
But I'm spiritual.
Yeah,
you know what it is,
I am religious.
I'm spiritual.
So,
Religion believes
so
in
every,
marriage.
every religion
Yeah.
believes in the concept of marriage. Why? And you look at the depth. Like I said, it's the concept. It's the fact that it's a contract. It's a team effort. We are signing up to doing this together. So I didn't come and sample the goods first, get you pregnant, and then split. No, guess what? I'm in this, innit? Like for good and bad, innit?
Beyonce.
You understand what I'm trying to say? We're in it as a
But
team. We're
even
doing
for
this.
someone that doesn't, you feel like you don't have a religion. You don't have a set of beliefs.
I'm spiritual. I have a set of beliefs. Yeah.
So you don't
My
like,
own religion, because that's what religion means.
Yeah,
a
that's
set
what
of
I'm saying.
beliefs.
So that's what I'm saying. As much as people sometimes say they don't have no religion.
I
not
have
believing in
a
nothing is
I have
almost
a belief
believing in
system.
something
I do
as well.
have a belief. I do have a belief
Believe in
system.
that.
I have a belief system that incorporates Christianity, Islam,
Yeah,
chakras,
yeah.
Hinduism.
That's
It
Abrahamic,
incorporates it
innit?
all. Like,
You
do you know what I
understand?
mean?
You
I
understand?
take
That's like
what I
Abrahamic.
want to take, and if it aligns with me and my spirit,
But
I agree with it, and I'll
you
follow
found,
my.
have you found a structure within that has made it you able to have better relationships?
Of course,
That is your structure.
of course.
Can you explain that to us a bit more?
In terms of female accountability,
No, just in terms of how you do it.
do what female?
How you laid out your life where you're not going to a particular religion, but you made your own religion, and
Yeah.
how has it worked for you?
How does it work for me?
Yeah.
I think it's lovely
And why?
because it's. I don't want to. This is a touchy subject.
Bro,
Yeah.
I don't just talk about religion right now because we're getting.
It's a touchy subject,
You know,
but
I might follow.
because
a
like,
similar
alright,
I agree with a lot
because
of
mine,
you.
alright, I'll tell you why. I believe that to know God is a personal relationship, yeah, and I believe that everybody should have a personal relationship with the Most High, yeah, and when I look at religions, I love religion. I research all type of religions.
Yeah.
Like I'm not even gonna go into my religious journey because that's a different
not
topic.
at all.
But in terms
Just
of
how you run
what I like about it is it helps me to dig deeper and deeper and deeper into knowing myself. That's what that's first from my experience. That's what it does. It's like I'll read this book, then I'll go deeper. I'll read another version. Then you start making your own sense of okay. Then you start finding out that there's a truth that lays within all of them. So let me research about that truth that lays within all of them, and then you're going into something else now. So you just
start
get
trying to
deeper
find
and
deeper.
deeper and deeper.
Yeah, no.
So
Listen,
I just make.
But that's how you. See what you just done just there. That's how I found religion. See what you just discussed just there. Everything you went through. You look at this one. You go into depth with that. You go into depth with that. And why do I need to find religion? Because I need discipline.
I think
I'm
religion
not.
is a beautiful thing and it is necessary.
We're not people that normally follow this.
Yeah, we don't
Yeah,
follow
because-
things.
yes.
I don't follow things. I need discipline.
If
I
religion
will-
makes you a better person, I'm all for that.
all right. So imagine. All right, cool. So
But
what's
religion's not for everyone though.
No, it's not for everyone.
Do you feel like the religion has been given?
I find it too I find it too restrictive.
Do you feel like religion's been given a blanket where it scares certain people as well?
Well, I said, you don't have a choice religion. It's like you're
What?
born. You're born.
What do you say?
Yeah, some people don't have a choice.
Oh, wait,
they're born
listen,
into it.
wait.
That's what I said. Yeah, way off subject, though, man.
But listen, forget that.
I'll tell you what you do, yeah? Stop.
We're talking about
Listen, what I was gonna say is this, yeah. Alright, cool. When you get in a relationship or whatever, your female accountability, you know, when a man like is not involved in what's it called, his belief. Like, let's say you deep down, you know when a man is trying, he only wants a certain thing. Yeah. And you're giving it to him, and obviously if you was linking it up to religion and that, if you was linking it up, like there's trust. He ain't even inviting you. You know he has a belief, and you know he's breaking certain things, and he's not involving. He's not saying, "Bro, let's go to the church or let's go to the mosque." And
you're my little brother, and I love you, But do you feel like they always know? Because if girls always knew that they're being tricked, would they be tricked?
Bro, there's people that want it. Females want some.
How can you say that you're not a female?
Listen,
How can you say females want to be tricked? You're not a female.
Listen. I'm the sort of person, I'm the sort of person, where no matter what it is, I will tell you the truth. That means that if I don't get the 90, I don't get the 90. I don't give a fuck. But I've heard some horrible things in my time. I know men that will go on the phone and will talk 2-3 hours at night time to a woman and say, "Baby, I love you."
They want that.
Beautiful.
That's what they want.
To get the pussy. I'm the type of.
And then once
I'm the type
the
of guy
woman
that would
learns
say,
that, then
"You're a
she'll
good
learn
woman,"
that-
but you need to. You get it. I will tell you the truth.
But she wants to hear
No,
it
but
anyway.
no, because there's
Not all
some
the
men,
time, Shane.
because there's some men that say that and intentionally and really deliberately mean it. And because you fucked up guys wanna fucking lie to get the pussy, when the real nigga comes along, when the real edit that out, when the real man comes along, and says these beautiful things and he means it from the bottom of his heart,
Are
you
you
don't
taking it
believe
seriously?
it.
You're not going to take it seriously.
That's the thing, though.
Someone like that,
Listen,
Listen,
listen.
So your mothers need
girl
to
said-
teach you.
Hold on.
Your mothers need to teach you.
Hold on.
Not to lie
Oh,
for
no,
the
let's
pussy.
think.
Go on. And somebody like Abs comes along and will tell you honestly, yo, I'm just looking to beat you, innit?
Come on.
And a girl will say,
That's
you could have
better.
kind of sugarcoated that a bit. You could,
I was
No, but you don't.
I won't say that. I won't say that. I will tell you.
Hold on, calm
No,
down.
I will tell you, darling. At the stage where I am right now in my
I just
life,
wanna have fun.
I wouldn't ever say it was harsh as that. That's a bit harsh, but it is respect. I would say I do not want a relationship right now. I would like a friendship, and if it goes past a friendship, then you get it. I respect you I will always respect you. But right now, the stage at where I'm at in my life, I'm not in a place where I feel I'm ready to commit to you in a relationship way. It's nothing to do with you, it's because of me. If I get into a relationship, maybe I couldn't handle
That's
you.
male accountability.
skills.
That's male accountability.
but then if she if he tells her that and she still continues to pursue that,
Then she's
and then
accountable.
then she's accountable.
But listen,
because she knows
she's not
what it is.
accountable because she's not accountable because she hasn't. Unless she's verbally agreed to it, right, then she can play along and say, "Oh well, actually no." The person who's accountable is a male for saying that.
If I said
this
that
is
to
what
her-
it is, not I don't
But you think when she
I
accepts
told you
it,
what to do.
What is
Yeah, I
it
told her
accountable
what it
for?
is.
You want to understand what you're saying.
I know it's yours. I know you're the star. No, please.
That is you being accountable by saying to a female, basically, I don't want no big relationship or anything. I'm not at that stage, but I do like you. We can link up frequently if you want to, but it's nothing serious. That's
want
you
you to
being
be
accountable.
Yeah, I get it. Now I
If
get what you
she
mean. It's
says,
true.
all right, you know what, right? I respect you for being honest in that, but it's not my thing, or it is my thing. Let's link up, right? And that's it. No strings attached.
Cool.
That's her being
She being
accountable.
accountable, right.
Only if she sticks to that agreement, and only if he sticks to that agreement.
Yeah, but then sometimes you don't stick and you end up
Exactly.
falling
But
in
can
love.
I just say, a lot of
even
people,
falling in love, they
this
just want
podcast is about.
It happens though.
This podcast is about
Most relationships starts as
femininity.
links.
I mean, female.
When they were like, I'm not really ready for a relationship.
Female accountability, right? This is females
you're in
being
a
accountable, though. A lot of people always say from the male's perspective, oh yeah, well a man says, oh, that I don't want a relationship, I want this, I just want to link you, Females do that as well. When you're saying females will get upset if you say, when you say, oh, females will be upset if you say, oh yeah, I just want sex. Why? This is a female being accountable. Women do that as well. Not all women want relationships. Not all women want seriousness. Some females just want to link. Some females.
I think in the end,
I feel.
Is this about female accountability? And you're female?
not being
And you
accountable.
think that?
All right.
You can't take as much wood as we can give wood.
Yeah.
Who said?
Probably can.
Silence, exactly.
No, but
Wait there, say that.
what about the woman that broke? What about the woman that broke the world record for having sex with the most?
You see them praying after. They're balling after.
What about ejaculation?
But you're right.
What about ejaculation, darling?
What about ejaculation?
Yeah, a man's done after ejaculation.
handle
Most
that.
men.
What do you mean I'm done? What do you mean I'm done?
Listen.
God, wait.
Listen, I'll tell you what.
He's going to bang 100.
Hey.
Sure, he's not getting
Jay.
natural nut.
Hey Jay, that side, yeah. Do you think, yeah, that if a woman, and check what I'm saying, because this is where I believe accountability is going to come into this issue now, yeah. Do you believe that if a woman goes out, yeah,
I was about to already talk about
just
that.
in the shortest
I
skirt
wanted
ever.
to know.
Yeah, hold on. Let me say.
I was holding on to
If
that
a woman
one.
goes out, I've been waiting since for a little while. I was waiting. She goes out in the shortest dress ever,
Exactly.
in the little skimpiest top.
Can I
Goes
answer
out, gets drunk,
for
yeah,
sucking
gets
her ass?
buzzing.
Can I answer that?
No, hold on. Let me finish. Yeah? Goes out on her own. Everyone's gonna get to answer it. Yeah. Goes out on her own and. She comes home and she's stumbling, but she gets stupidly paralytic, brushes off all her friends, goes home with 3 men or something and does her madness.
Them man are stupid.
No, but hold on, they're stupid. But we're not talking about their accountability. We're not talking about their accountability.
Yes,
we're talking about her accountability.
accountability.
So what I'm trying to say, no, hear me out. So if she gets raped, God forbid now, yeah, is it her fault?
Both of their fault.
No, it isn't.
Is it really
It's her fault. It's not her fault.
It's not her fault. And
It's not her
as a
fault.
man, I want to say why it's not.
Alright, go on.
Because listen, you see what makes me sick, yeah. You see men, yeah, like they need to drink some water, and you need to be accountable for your actions also. I know it's about a woman,
that's right.
but let me tell you something, yeah. If you can't be accountable for that little dribble that comes out your mouth when you feel thirsty, you are a dog.
Yeah, but we're
you are
talking
not a man.
about
And I'm no. It's gonna interlink. It's gonna interlink. Yeah, it's gonna interlink. If you see a girl that is not responsible for herself, yeah, understand that and do not take advantage. Because if a girl paralytic in my bed, I'm not touching her. No. As for her, it doesn't mean that because she's carried herself in this way, she deserves to get raped.
That's not what I said.
I'm saying, you carrying yourself in this way, you will get negative attention.
Yes.
Right.
And you need to understand that if you wear the shorter skirt up your back,
Everyone's gonna be looking on you.
men are going to be looking at you, and they're not going to be looking at you.
That's the point I wanted to make. Go on, Tamer. That's the point I wanted to make. Go on.
What I wanted to say is there's another side of it. Is like, what about, because there's women out there that's like, and I kind of agree to an extent that I should be able to wear what I want. It's my body, it's my property. Do not touch me. Control your thing, innit? Control your thing, because there's men out there that sees a sexy girl and can control their thing. So I want for you. Why can't you control your thing?
Right.
So there's that. So
But
I
then the
think
paralytic
there's
side.
it's a great.
Because go on.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. So basically, as a female now, this is where the difference comes into it, and you said it correctly. If rape happened in that situation, in that scenario, the men should be accountable.
That's right.
However, the female should always be responsible.
Right.
Do you know why? Not responsible that I got raped.
No.
Responsible that I could not protect myself. Responsible that I got so paralytic and went on with
That's the
strangers.
point I'm
That's
making.
accountability.
That's the point I'm making.
female
Yeah.
That's
accountability.
responsibility,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
I can't be accountable because someone raped me. It's
No,
not
no,
my
no,
fault,
no.
but I'm responsible,
You're
for my
responsible.
actions
Can I
that
ask you a
led to
question,
that
Browse?
situation,
Can I ask you a
because
question?
Right.
I made myself
Self-defense.
in an unsafe situation
Right.
where something was able to happen
Right.
to me.
Can I ask you a
But
question?
isn't that accountability?
It's like if a man
That's
hits
accountability.
me,
That's-
if a man
that's my
hits
point.
me, right?
Be accountable.
If a man hits me, but he
Yeah.
just hits me
That's
out
my
of
point. It's the
nowhere,
paralytic.
that's
It's
not
the
my
paralytic
fault.
side of it.
I can't
How
be
you carried
accountable.
yourself.
I'm responsible.
1 second.
But yeah,
Throw 'em out to him.
if I provoke him and provoke him and provoke him and people pull me away and provoke him, guess what? I should be accountable. I'm
100%.
both responsible as well
100%.
for going up in his face, hitting him, especially.
100%.
Especially,
Can
you
I ask you a
have to
question?
be responsible and
Touching
accountable.
to that, can I ask you a
Females
question?
can't be hitting a male and then when he hits him back, playing the victim.
And-
No,
100%.
Oh, can I ask you a question touching on that before we move on to
Yeah.
Watch this now. If you're speaking to a man on the phone and he's with 5 of his friends in the background and he's saying, babe, right, come over, baby, and you're hearing all 5 men in the house, yeah, and you don't know the man from nowhere, yeah, how would you act on the phone? Would you go and link that man, knowing that he's got 5 of his brethren in the back? Would you
Context.
assess? You would have to assess it.
Assess
You'd have to assess the
Yeah,
situation.
need more
But knowing that you don't know him here very well, yeah, and he's got 5 of his friends in the back, I'll say, yeah, baby, calm down, man, everything's good. Would you
girls
go
that
down?
don't.
Would you go?
Some girls would though.
There you go. But there's some girls that would, and it's not always their fault. And the reason why it's listen accountability, woman. And listen, this is why it's woman accountability. Listen. It's why it's woman accountability, because it's not always their fault. Yeah?
It's not.
Sometimes they don't understand enough to know I'm putting myself in the danger zone.
But it doesn't matter
True.
where
That
you're
is so
from,
true.
that's very true.
right?
That is very,
Even if
very
you've
true.
been wrapped in cotton wool all your life, you must think, as a woman, as an adult woman, you must think, if I go to a house where there's 5 strange guys, anything could happen.
Listen, I've worked with children
You
in
just
foster
have to
care.
say-
I've worked with children
Yeah,
in
but-
foster care,
but
and
I
they
wouldn't-
do not
I
have the
wouldn't like
capacity
myself
of that.
to
They
say
don't. I've worked with children in
Common sense
foster
is not
care.
common.
I've worked with children in
Common
foster
sense is
care.
not-
if
They
something
do not have that
Oh,
understanding. They do
no.
not have that understanding because their understanding is, I want to be popular. I want to be with the guys. I want to.
100%.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, so it's the
they.
same
So
with
then.
bandos.
So then, who's accountable then?
The parents,
Hold on,
because
Frank, go on. What was you going to say?
I'm lost you on your hold.
Sorry.
Go back. Wait. You passed that.
this is why
Cut me down.
going back to the point that I made earlier, this is why it's essential for all parents, parents, uncles, aunties, cousins, whoever, right,
village.
neighbours, whatever. Everybody
raise that child.
should be accountable and should
raise
be
the
responsible to teach your children the importance of sexual consent and the consequences. If you breach that, it's legal. It will stay on our records for lives. Your children can be getting. There's so many children right now that are school age that are getting done for rape or inappropriate touching or whatever,
Yeah.
or even having
it's gonna stay on
inappropriate
there, it's gonna stay on
videos
the
on their
record
phone
forever.
what people have sent to
Not
them.
just-
It's so important.
That
So
one's
even if you
dangerous.
feel embarrassed about teaching your children about sex, you don't need to say to them,
Not
oh, let's
just
talk about sex. Just say to them, oh, what's your understanding if it's safe when people touch you or not? Where is it safe for people to touch you? And you
do
can
that
teach
from them
that
at
to
youth.
any
You do
child
that from when
from a
they're a
baby.
youth before you go nursery.
Don't
Yeah,
let
because
people
you're
touch
right.
you anywhere that's
That's
from
it. You know what
there or
touch you
there
and
or
not
Do
whatever.
we highlight
That's how you teach your
Do
children.
we highlight enough mental health issues within
I
our
wanted to
community
talk before.
for
Can we?
people to understand?
Can I say one thing before you branch there?
Can I
Because
finish
that's
this
very
one second,
deep.
please? Just 1 second,
Can you
say
just
it.
like remember it? Because it's like you're talking about mental health now. I want to touch on this consent thing quickly.
Didn't even finish what to say.
Go on, man.
Go ahead.
Go for
You
it.
see, like you're saying about sexual consent, we need to be teaching about. I think it's not just only consent; it's about how to conduct yourself as a woman. Because
Alright,
it's
cool.
not.
Can I cut it now? I'm saying,
excellent.
can
That's important though for this.
we teach our children that everyone they meet hasn't got the best of mental health. They're not going to always. Not everyone they meet is going to have the best of mental health. I wasn't going to go fully into mental health, but everyone's assuming that everyone you meet is going to have the same level of mental health, and that's why a lot of situations happen.
Well, that they're normal.
But that's
What
why
if you're trying to teach the child or the adult with mental health that there's people with mental health?
Exactly.
Right, who's got mental
you
health,
start with them and
I'm
use
saying,
them as
isn't
an
it a
example.
good thing to teach our children
You
that
start-
hasn't been taught that there's people that are out there that you can meet that have different levels of mental health. So
Yeah, they look.
how you're
And they
being
look at
and what
things.
they should do and what
Not
they
being
shouldn't
funny.
do.
Man grew up in a
changes at
culture.
that moment, innit?
Man grew up in a
Right?
culture where they tell you that stuff. They
Yeah.
really do.
So you don't.
Like,
It's about female conduct. Female
what I
accountability
mean?
is how you conduct yourself as a woman. We need to teach our women how to conduct themselves as women.
That's
You
right.
know what I mean?
What were the little
Simple
girls?
as that.
And more importantly,
In a world where people are not that.
They're not.
They
Which
can
is
be
what I was
tapped.
saying before in the previous
That's
one.
what I'm
That
saying.
it's a crazy world out here.
I try to use
So
mental
you've got
health instead of saying tapped.
No, they're tough.
There's a lot of tap man out there.
They're tough.
There's a lot of tap man in this room. There's a lot of tap man in this room. Instead of me saying mental health, me say tapped. Right? So.
but more importantly than teaching children about other people with mental health, it's very important that we teach children about their own mental health and their own emotional well-being. Because small children can have poor mental health or positive mental health. It affects us all, life affects us all emotionally and mentally. So we need to teach our children about themselves from the beginning.
I didn't say girl or boy. I just said
If we teach
our
children about mental health and emotional well-being from a young age, we'll prevent a lot of these issues about sexual consent and wanting to be the popular one and putting themselves in danger because they think it's fun.
And the thing is, all right, cool. You've just said about, it starts at home, and you got to teach a child this and teach a child that, and then yeah. But what about the parents that teach their child this and teach their child that, but then they go to school and they get this peer
They
pressure.
relearn.
So no matter, even if you put these values into your child,
They relearn.
they're getting this peer pressure from their peers. What then?
Which is
But
hard
you know
to
what?
control.
But you know what?
Parents' choice to send a child to school.
Your parents install things in you, yeah? And they install things
Sometimes
into
they're too potent.
No. They install things into you, yeah? And life is a journey, innit? So your mum might have taught you bare things when you was a certain age, and when you was in your teenage age, you might have wowed out a little bit. Yeah? By the time you get into your 20s or 30s, you start to think, raw. And you're talking to your kids, you find telling them off, and I'm saying, raw, did I just say that? Like, well, I just said something my mum told me. Like, you start to realize, or you go through things in life and you realize it's already installed in you. Do you get what I'm trying to say? But we have to learn. We're human beings. We literally have to learn. Sometimes it's trial and error.
As sad as
Do you get what I'm trying to say?
one more thing, as sad as it sounds, you learn by your mistakes.
That's right.
And you learn by your L's.
right.
We're only
Fucked
human
up things
beings,
that happen to
innit?
me in life.
Listen,
But some L's are bigger than others.
Watch this. I learned. Listen, when I was young, and when I was younger, listen, I've got a little sister in it, yeah, and I was harsh on her. Me and her relationship is not too great, and the reason why me and her relationship is not too great because I loved her deeply, and I'm saying I know how men are. Let me tell you why I know how men are, because I am one of them men. Yeah, you're going to cinemas with who? Who's gonna be there? You're at the bus stop. You're not around your kids. Who's that mute there? Listen,
You gotta let them live.
but I should have gave you more space. But you could have put it in a way where maybe I should have gave you more space to learn from your mistakes. But I felt like I learned from my mistakes and I know what's out there. So I don't want you to learn in that way because that is harsh learning. So I'm setting boundaries for you and telling you what you can and can't do. However, you felt a way towards me because you felt I've put pressure on you and treated you a certain way. But you have to understand from my perspective, which I now, as an older person and a responsible person, I can now turn around and say the way that I done it was wrong. I didn't explain to you why I didn't want you to go here. You're telling me you want to go Brixton Cold Harbour Lane, you want to go Angel Town. You're not going there. Why are you going there? My friend said, you're not going there. I don't care, you're not going there. And I didn't explain to you why you can't go there. So you sat at your house sad. And I didn't care how you felt because I felt what I was doing was correct because you're not going to Angel Town. Yeah? But I should have explained to you and made you understand now. Later on in life, that little sister of yours, or whoever it is to you, is going to turn around and say, I'm old enough to do what I want to do. So I'm going Angel Town. Yeah, and they're gonna learn in the wrong way.
Okay, so here's what I've got to say on that. Here's what I've got to say
I'm
on
not
that.
just saying Angel Town. That could have been. I'm not
Here's what I've-
discriminating. That could have been. I'm not saying Angel Town. It could have been anywhere. Big up town.
Listen, yeah. All right. A lot of this conversation is about what we need to do to children, what we need to do to children. But at the end of the day, all of us, I believe that all of us have this thing called intuition and feeling out things and feeling out energy, and so we need to ensure that our children know how to use their intuition, know how to feel out vibes, like know how to spot red flags, know how to sense that, know how to be aware of your surroundings. No, that's what you need
How
to.
do you feel about how social media and that has got do you feel like it affects men more than women or women more than men?
I think it affects both
And,
in different ways.
yes, and in what ways? Just so
Like I think like with
There's still a
women,
female accountability,
I mean
but
before
you understand
social
what I'm
media, it
asking
would have been like in terms of like for example what beauty is, yeah. I think that before social media would be the magazines. Do you know what I mean? But like obviously
Can
we're on social
As
media.
you touch on beauty, can
Yeah.
we touch on the female accountability for how they're making other females feel? Because we're always talking about men,
On the
female.
internet,
Yeah.
in terms of comments and
In
stuff.
terms of, no, like you said, like
And things that they're doing.
Images of beauty.
Images
Like, so the
scrolling.
images of beauty that has a big effect on women on
Yeah,
social media.
can we
So
discuss that for a bit?
But
Yeah.
don't you think that the women are getting more braver? Like so, what I'm trying to say to you, like back in the days when I was growing up, because I'm a dinosaur, yeah. But I'm saying the women that were about, they wasn't so brazen. if you
yeah,
understand
they're
what
more
I'm
wild, but
What
I
do you
think
mean
it's
by
because
brazen?
they're damaged.
So we don't get,
Bad
you know
beat.
what I mean?
yeah, bad beats. Basically, they was.
But they were reserved, probably reserved.
Go straight to the point. Do you know what I mean?
But there's a pressure because what it is especially if
What
the
is
dad
the
is
pressure for
absent.
you being bad
No,
beat,
I'll tell
though?
you why. Because the daddies weren't the daddies weren't present, remember?
But the mums
So
were there.
wait,
That means
no,
they have to
but
be bad.
we already
No,
had
no,
this podcast, so we're like, we're talking about but the mums there. We already made it clear that it's necessary
Hold
for
on,
there
let
to
her
be a
talk, 'cause I
father.
wanna
there.
know about this
So you
bad
can't say that.
beating.
But the men, like what it is the men are. I think that subliminally the men are putting pressure on the women, on the weak women, to be bad bees because that's what you don't want, innit? You don't want that
One second.
Or you lot will be if you put up a picture of a girl, if there's a picture of a girl that's like this, yeah, fully clothed, 30 likes.
Alright, but
Put a little skin out like this. 300 likes. So you lot are the ones that are entertaining it.
A lot of the females are the ones that are liking the picture.
Hold on.
But as a man, you should be the one to be in a DM like stop being
accountable.
But Tamer, that's what I was gonna say. Tamer, shouldn't a woman be accountable for the for her necessity for likes?
Yeah, but she's not seeing it like that because she's enjoying the attention.
So she's not being accountable.
No, but she's not gonna. How can you say
accountable?
accountable?
But you can't say.
You're not making it.
Right.
Make it make sense.
Because mentally you
Make
need
it
the
make
like. You need the.
accountable for what? What if she's spin out and she makes $1 million a year for it?
But no, this business, then it's business, isn't it? Then it's business. But I
Not everybody's getting $1 million a year, though, Tamer.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say, about you,
We're talking about bad B.
what you're trying to say, yeah, but what I'm trying to say is there's bad bees out there that don't feel they're in the wrong. They don't feel they're being bad bees, and they don't feel there's anything. They don't feel that there's anything for them to be accountable for.
Like strippers and that.
So what conversation are we having?
No, what I'm trying to say, is that a good thing or is it a bad thing? That's what we're trying to find out.
What a good thing or bad
If
thing?
they don't feel like they should be accountable for being bad B.
There's a lot.
But some of them want to be bad bees.
There's a women.
Social norms
Good
now
or is it bad? This is what
I
I'm
think
trying
it's
to-
bad, but they will
But they
sit
won't.
down here and
So you're
tell
saying
you,
socially it's
I
been
am
made to-
sexually
So this is
free.
what I'm trying to say.
You know what I mean? And they'll come with a
No, but this is what
different
this was
perspective.
what the question was.
I don't
Remember,
care.
I was saying
I
that
feel like-
women are more
listen,
braver nowadays.
yeah.
So that is what I'm asking you. Is it a good thing that women are braver? Like, you know,
If they want to be a bad bee, it's a good thing for
So
them.
you're saying- so
But if
then
they
it's
want to be a
okay.
wife,
So listen,
it's not a good
so
thing. No.
I feel like
all I
everything
have to
is out. Look, obviously religion used to put stuff there, and then people used to obey it, and people live in different. Yeah.
Exactly.
So now listen, if you see a picture of Jesus, Jesus's parents, yeah, they were dressed up. Like, his mum was wearing like modest clothing, yeah. And then when you see the females that are doing that now are the from the Islamic thing, and then they're not the ones right now. They're getting into what's it called, fashion and all of that. So their headscarf is going back, yeah. But before it used to be fully on, no matter what. You understand? So obviously the part of them.
Opinion on this.
We all have opinions. We all have opinions, innit?
Now, what's the definition of modesty?
No, but what I'm just saying is, yeah.
Because some people look at me and say I'm not being modest right now.
All right. So now obviously Islam already has religion already had its way of trying to protect women, yeah, and also like males as well, yeah. So obviously if you're sleeping around then you get
What are you talking about?
Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not just passionate, don't mind me.
obviously, yeah. So obviously, now you're battling men, yeah. Everyone wants to be treated equal, but not you can't do what a man can do, and everyone has different roles in the household, regardless, innit? Yeah. So like even going home, calling it a home is because your parents are there, yeah, because the people you love are there, yeah. So if one's out, man's feeling away. What?
That's some ideal world. Can
I wanted to say
What have you
something
got?
because basically you're talking about women dressing like bad bees and they should be accountable. But remember, like what I said before in a previous podcast,
Can a man dress
that
like a bad
it's
bee?
a woman's duty to nurture a man. And everybody was like, yay, it's a woman's duty to nurture a man, yay. But it's
Nurture a
also
man.
nurture a man. It's a woman. I said in a previous podcast.
She said something about
I
nurture.
said in a previous podcast that it's a woman's duty, kind of, in my opinion, to nurture a man. And everyone was like, yeah, man, it's true.
So nurture
But
every man.
let me finish the man. So like I'm saying, it's also a man's duty to nurture a woman. That woman that's dressing like a bad bee could have been raped. So much bad things could have happened to her that this is how she's expressing herself because of the pain. So it's a man's duty to be in her DMs like, yo, fix up your thing, not, oh yeah, man, come to my yard.
But we don't know how many people can be doing.
You know what you're saying?
Yeah, but
I get what you're trying to say, yeah, and what you're saying makes sense. But yeah, you got to understand, yeah, it's not a man's principle to go into her DMs and tell her her brother, her father. No. But you see the difference. You see the difference.
It's like, we say it's not your job.
Yeah. No, because the man that's online looking to get in her DMs is looking to get in something else.
Yeah.
the man that loves her and that cares her for real, cares about her, be her brother, her dad, her uncle, her grandfather, or even the man that she's with. He's saying to her, "Raw, you can't listen. Don't dress like that, B. Don't carry yourself like that. You look good.
And
No,
can
you
I
look
just
good."
say, right, going back to Abdul's point, oh yeah, back in the day when there was religion, listen, let me tell you something, yeah, I respect every single person that follows religion, despite of what religion it is. But let me tell you something, before there was Islam, before there was Christianity, before there was Judaism, there was
Yes,
because
please
let me finish. Please let me finish.
Islam's only 10,000
Please let me finish. Our ancient Egyptians, they used to wear barely any clothes. They used to be polygamous. They didn't used to have one partner. They would have different partners for different reasons.
Not all tribes,
males
but some,
and
not all
females.
tribes.
Males and females. So right. So it's not that our religion has done this or whatever has done this. Listen, even in religious countries where the religion is the law, there are people that sleep around with each other, whether they dress head to toe in whatever or whether they show themselves. People will do whatever they want to do.
But did I not say that? Did I not say that headscarf was going all the way back there?
Going back to female accountability.
But whether the headscarf goes back or it stays on, or it's just like that, right? People are being bad bees. Believe it or not.
They're being whatever they want to do. So they're out of what religion is saying.
Wait.
Religion is.
But what is there? There's a guidance though.
Exactly.
So the difference is that there's a guidance. I know, yeah, I'm not perfect. Yeah, I'm
There's a
Muslim.
guidance
No,
where-
hear me out. Let me finish.
Religion
Let me finish.
It does.
Yeah, right. IQ. Let me.
Before any religion, there was the laws of
Hold on.
Mars. The laws of Mars.
Hold on.
That is older than any religion.
Everyone
So
say-
I don't want to hear no talk about religion.
No, wait.
Yeah,
No, but you lot say it. You lot say it. Yeah,
Female accountability within Islam.
So my thing is this: there's a guidance here, and I feel like
There's a guidance where though?
Listen, let me finish. You can't just ask me a question. Let me hear me out. There's a guidance here, so I've got a guidance here. So I know I'm not perfect. Yeah, I'm because I'm Muslim. That means I'm perfect. No, I do things wrong. Don't judge Islam by Muslims. Let me finish. Don't judge Islam by Muslims. Judge it by what it says, by what's written in there. Yeah, so I live my life and I do things wrong sometimes, and I feel that I'm moving to the left. Why is it wrong? Not because I think it's wrong, but because what I've been taught, I've got a guidance. What I've been taught, right? I'm moving too far to the left. That can lead to something else. You know what? Let me fix up a bit. Right, I'm moving too far to the right. Let me fix up a bit. I have a guidance. I have something. Let me finish. My point is that I have something to assess myself by.
Yeah.
But why are you making that point? Because are you assuming that the ancient Egyptians didn't have something to
Well,
assess themselves?
No, I don't care whether they did. What I'm saying is, you said we're talking about this sister whose hijab was back or whatever. I'm saying she's not perfect either way, is she? And she's got a guidance to be led by. So even if she's moving too far one way or the other, she's got a guidance to fall back on and look back into. So that's my thing. I've got a guidance that I can follow that puts me back in that. It's a morals. I've got morals. I've got something that I've got rules. So alright then, put religion aside a second. That's for me. I'm Muslim. Yeah? Right. If you ain't got no morals in yourself and principles, then you're messed.
Religion does not equal morals. Religion have morals.
Definitely. I don't think he's not saying that. I don't think he's
Religion can
saying
be
that.
morals to some people, but other people who don't follow religion can also have morals.
I know, that's what he's saying. That's what he's saying.
I know what I just said.
But regardless if you're religious or not, moral is a moral.
I'm saying, but some people ain't got no morals.
Yeah, some people ain't got no morals.
Some people ain't got no morals. So like I said,
The only reason I brought the religion subject in is because I'm saying, right, cool. We can all say that we've got, there's no problem with us having our own way of thinking, our own religions.
Yeah.
Is it working for you?
Yeah.
Listen.
Are you in a
It has to
situation?
work for you.
I know I'm saying that you're in a situation where it's working for you, and if you are,
100
then
million.
teach other people. That's what I'm saying. I'm not even
But
saying
it's
that
difficult
wrong.
to teach.
I'm
I
saying
like to
show
teach
them
other
the
people
structure which
personally.
you've done. But when you, because I feel like a lot of the avoiding stuff that we did, like it has put us in situations whether we want to admit it or not. Whatever religion you follow, it probably tells you to just stick with one person more time. But do you know what? us having bigger opinions, and it's not a problem us having it, but can it cater to your lifestyle?
If you ask
Exactly.
Cardi B, if you ask Cardi B right now, does she have morals? It's perspective. I don't care what
It
you
is
say,
perspective,
religion
true,
or
true.
what you came from before religion or anything. Forget all that. Listen, it's about the individual.
Then she
person.
can't- she
If
can't
you
complain
ask
when Offset
Cardi
cheats on her
B,
then.
He will. Don't
Yeah,
get
but
me
what-
wrong.
no, but you
if
can't say
ask
that.
Cardi B, if you ask
What about the
Cardi
good girl at home
B,
that
has
gets
she
you?
got
But you get what
morals
I'm
and
saying.
principles? Do you think she's gonna turn around and say, "No, I haven't got no morals and principles"?
She's gonna
She's
tell
gonna
you
stand
yes.
there firm in front of all of us
Listen,
right now. and
Not
say,
everyone
"Yeah,
counts cheating as cheating and
that
all
way
of them
it
things.
goes. That way it goes.
Not everyone's
She will
monogamous.
tell
Not
you on
everyone just
camera
thinks
that I
of
was
one partner
Saturday.
or one husband.
Yeah.
People,
There's different
some people
people
don't
out
think
here.
like that and don't believe in
morals
that.
have
Some
Yeah, but
people have
morals have
multiple
changed, like,
partners
who's
and
got
they
different
want it
morals?
that way. And
That's
if
what I was
that's how
saying.
people want to live, then that's
The
up to them,
time has
isn't it?
changed the morals. It's like
Like,
the
I don't
culture's
judge
been
people
diluted.
by that.
Because
But I think
Lot
people
of
wouldn't do
deception.
certain things
People can
back in the
still-
days what they're doing now.
Yeah.
people
That's
can
what
still
I'm
be
saying.
accountable for whichever lifestyle they choose for
No, I'm not
themselves.
saying that.
Yeah, but you've got to be accountable.
That's right.
And you've got to have
That's
you've
right.
got to have
That was crazy.
a moral or guidance in a like I said,
That
my
was
thing-
so on steroids.
That's my guidance.
That was crazy.
I've got a guidance.
So I think that the important thing
Fair
to,
enough.
I think to connect to connect female accountability, I think
You're out of touch with your inner self.
Alright, so I think
Should we understand that?
if we bring it back to female accountability,
Yeah.
we're basically saying that
If you ain't got no
to
guidance,
be
then you're out of
accountable, you need a guidance system. That's what basically trying to say because we're talking
Or
about
morals.
on morals.
Yeah.
Like, female accountability is also about knowing your morals, knowing your guidance system,
Setting
knowing your
boundaries.
belief
Yeah.
system.
Where's your boundaries?
You need guidance no matter what. It don't matter.
Yes.
Listen.
Yes.
Forget religion for 1 second, even though I'm a religious guy. But push it to the side for 1 second. You need guidance from somewhere. And if you're not getting it from a book, you need to be getting it from somewhere.
and if it's God,
Guidance
you
is one of the
got
most
God.
important things
You
in
might
your
not have
life.
nobody, but
if
you
you
have
ain't got
God,
no
you know what I mean?
guidance, forget that for a second. If you ain't got no guidance, whether it's coming from your mum, whether it's coming from your dad, whether it's coming from religion, you have got nothing.
Have you got
You're messed up.
boundaries?
You ain't got
Do you
no
set
boundaries. You ain't got no levels.
Do you know what I mean?
You don't have no understanding. You're messed, and you need guidance in your life, and you need to get it from somewhere.
That's why I said. That's why I said.
Guidance doesn't just have to be religion and that. There's many
we're not saying that. That's not what we're saying.
There's many people who are not religious or whatever who'll be watching this and might think, oh well, what are my morals or how do I set boundaries? There's things that you can kind of look up to, certain people that you think are influential, and not these bad bees and stuff. Look at goal models, look at people that have achieved certain things in their lives and think, I want to achieve that. Not in a jealous way where you think, I want to be like them, or why have they got that and I haven't. How can I achieve that goal? And that's how you set things. Also, you can set boundaries by thinking, oh, I don't like that. That's not for me. Do you know
what do
what
you
I
like
mean?
and what don't you
That's that's how you start by setting your
How can
boundaries.
women be more accountable, just to finish? Stop
posting pictures on Instagram. Compliments
Listen, sit down, man. Come on, then, and stop entertaining them. If that's the case.
If you want to make a change, be the change.
delete your page down.
Should women not understand what men are like?
If you want to make a change, I am the change.
Listen, I'm going to talk for my dear friend here.
Where's change?
Because I've been in your position before. I don't want to expose no one to However, as men, we are men. It's what we are, innit? Like, you can't change. Listen, you can't tell me control yourself because I'm a man. I will try and control myself. Listen. You don't get that, but let me talk. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. Let me explain.
Cut.
Yeah, I don't agree with that.
Cut.
Did you walk out of that? Did you walk out of my thing that you don't respect? I thought he was with me.
It's gone too far.
No, I'll still talk about things. I'm still going to talk about things. So my opinions
Differently.
We're allowed to disagree with each other.
Yeah, we've got to respect opinions.
Alright guys, how do we feel like we conclude and how women can be more accountable for their actions and where they're lacking accountable?
Alright, I'll tell you how they can be more accountable.
Stop going parties and leaving them.
You were gonna say the wrong thing.
Stop leaving your daughters at home and showing
Let's
them
take 10
parties.
inches.
Can you say the question again? Because I'm saying
Let's go around the room.
Start with abs.
Abs, go on.
How
What's the
women can
question?
be more accountable for their actions.
Yeah.
Conduct yourself in the correct way. I'm not saying that every man that approaches you a certain way is your fault because the way you're carrying yourself, but you have to understand the way you do carry yourself will kind of
Determine.
It will determine how people look at you, and you need to understand that. I'm not saying because you're wearing a short skirt up your baggy that it means that you deserve to get raped or man should rape you. Because at the same time, a man should be able to control himself. However, if you are wearing a short skirt up your baggy, don't expect man not to look at you. You get it? Because I might not want to look at you because I'm standing with my girlfriend right now. I don't have a girlfriend, by the way. I'm just saying. If I did have a girlfriend, I'm saying if I did have a girlfriend and you look attractive to me and you walk past me, I'm gonna be fighting in my head. Shit, don't look. Don't look. Don't look. Don't look. And it's not because I can't control myself.
No, it's because
I'm a man. You can't stop that. That's how I'm gonna think. It's nature. And if I don't think like that, I must. And I'm not saying I have no problem with gays. But if I don't think like that, shit, that girl there, don't look. That means I'm either gay. Yeah, again, I don't have no problem with gays. I'm just saying, or a virgin. Something must be going wrong. And you have to understand, men do try. Yeah, as the extreme circumstances like rape and all that stuff. I'm not talking about that sort of stuff. I'm talking like controlling your urges. So jump in a girl's DM. That's not crazy stuff, innit? Like that's normal. But I'm saying the woman needs to carry herself in an appropriate way to get the respect that she deserves. Right. And if you don't carry yourself in the appropriate way, you're not going to get the respect you deserve. And don't turn around and be bitter at people for disrespecting you or approaching you in the way that you want to be approached because they don't want to be approached because of the way you carry yourself. If you're in a short skirt with up your batty, I'm not going to say, baby, can I take you to dinner because you're beautiful. I'm going to say to you, what you want tonight?
Nice.
You get
it. Well, as mothers, brown sugar, how can mothers be more accountable?
Females, how can females be more accountable? I think that females can be more accountable by looking at the different roles that they have in life, yeah, and taking up the responsibilities for them roles. So if you're a mother, if you're a daughter, if you're a cousin, sister, whatever your profession is, do you know what I mean? Be responsible for whatever that is. If you've said to someone, I'm going to do this, deliver. Don't tell people that you're going to do shit and then not do it. That's not being accountable. If you do something wrong, then recognise that you've done something wrong and own up to it and think to yourself, what did I learn from this? How can I avoid doing this again? What do I need to do to reconcile with the people that I've just done whatever to? That's being accountable. Reflecting, looking at yourself, self-reflection.
Don't try to take what I was going to say. Let me say that.
Be responsible, be realistic, be honest with yourself, find your inner self and find your purpose and live up to it.
Yeah.
And believe in yourself. Yeah.
Marsha, the dark horse.
Love yourself and stop being bad B.
Straight to the point.
So me, I think, well, set boundaries, find the guidance, like live in a loving and compassionate way. Be compassionate to other people, and then you'll have an understanding of when you should be accountable. Do you know what I mean? Because you're compassionate enough to know that, you know what, maybe I've dealt with this person a certain way, or maybe they've dealt with me a certain way. You know what I mean? So just show compassion, guidance, and morals. Kalas.
Value your body for it to be valued.
That's a good one.
What's it?
It is.
Don't let your business be to those who don't deserve to be in your business.
I think female accountability is about reflection. Great minds think alike. Basically, if something happens in your life that you don't like, think about what happened, why it happened, and what you could have done better. That what you could have done better is the accountability. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I would say. It's all about reflection. Look at reflection, give a cycle, and use that. That will help you with accountability.
We say all these fantastic minds going on in here. Yeah, I mean, accountability normally means you're in that situation. You got to make sure you don't put yourself in that situation. And keep yourself wise, and that is like, as most people have said it. Just love yourself, man.
One thing I do want to say, sorry, we don't want to go over again, but I just want to sample and say one more thing. I feel this will touch a lot of people. Yeah, I really feel like this statement will touch a lot of people. Just because you've done wrong in your life, in the past, yeah, you've carried yourself in a way that you don't feel is correct. And I'm not just talking about men, I'm talking about females too. You've done things that you feel are not respectable, or you feel like you've got a bad reputation. Don't think like you're doomed and you need to carry on moving in that way. Yeah?
Make a change.
People, if you change yourself, I've seen people, and this again, I don't want to go back to religion and get into the religious argument. I've seen people that the whole of their life have looked at these girls like, you get it, and I shouldn't judge people, but I have. yeah? And then I've seen them carry themselves in later life, and I'm saying, raw, she's changed her life. She's fixed up, someone's touched her, and I can now respect it. You get it? Don't feel like because of the way you've been and the mistakes that you made, you learn from your mistakes. Mistakes are made for you to learn and understand. You're not always going to be in a situation where someone say, don't do that, because you have to go through it.
If you don't learn from that mistake, it will still keep happening because you're not holding yourself accountable.
100%.
Real Life TV podcast.